Yeah, good morning, everyone, and you are welcome to the Benin Empire Advancement League, the home of all the Benin's. Sorry for the video quality of this camera. It's due to some change in our studio, but nevertheless, listen carefully to what I'm going to say, and thank you for joining me in this show. Yes, there has been a lot going on in Germany, in Britain, in Austria, I believe all over the Europe about the Benin artifacts, about our history, about the custodian of all these artifacts that is being returned to Nigeria. Um, yeah, especially in the German newspaper, because we have seen this in the uh, past few weeks that there are some set of people and there's some set of newspapers and magazines and publishers and others that are very, very interested in the Benin artifacts and why the Nigerian president, His Excellency Mohammed Buhari, uh, transformed the ownership and the guardian of the artifact to the Oba of Benin, to the Omo N'Oba of Benin. And the Germans, some of the Germans, they don't understand uh, why it's very, very important that the Oba of Benin has this custodian over all these artifacts. I would like to make them to understand a little bit, and at the same time, I'm calling on all well-meaning Edo or Benin people living around the world to please not to relent on their effort on the in bringing back all these artifacts because it's very very important to us. This is our history, and this is all we know about our forefathers. And if these are gone, there's no other means that we can really trace our background and how we can teach our children, our children's children that is really coming for them to understand, for them to know who their forefathers were or are. Yes, in the German newspaper of recent, there has been enough criticism on the foreign minister uh, of the German government, and this criticism was very very harsh to say the fact because uh, people are now accusing her of using their taxpayers' money, uh, misusing it, and others about the Benin artifact. That this artifact was given to Nigeria or to the custodian of the Upper of Benin without a proper information. And now that the all these artifacts are now in private custody. But what these newspapers are not saying is that the Oba of Benin uh, is the head of the Benin Empire. And when this artifacts was stolen from Benin, was taken, brutalize our people, do all sorts of things, nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about how this artifact gets to Germany. You know, I have been watching this since I think more than a month when the first article, the first uh, writings came out in so many of our people's page saying that this the raw materials that was used for this artifact came, some of them came from Germany, came from Germany and Sassen or somewhere like that. And yes, I was looking at this very cautiously because I know exactly what these people can do when it comes to blackmailing and destroying what doesn't belong to them, where they believe they if they can't take it, let's destroy it. And yes, has proven to me that now that these things were true, that these people, they were prepared to do everything possible to make sure these artifacts are not returned to Benin. You know, the problem with our people, we believe in these people too much. We believe in these people. We believe on everything they say. When our people was sharing this in their Facebook page, and I was just looking at this, what are we doing? What the hell are we doing? This phone I'm holding here, this smartphone I'm holding here, uh, I can tell you 99% of the raw materials that are being used for this phone is coming from Africa. But that doesn't make us to be the owner of this phone, or the company that is doing it, that we cannot claim this phone belongs to us. We are the founder of this, because that is exactly what they were trying to do. Because if you understand how these people think and how they do things, then you will now start to follow them very quietly, without saying something, without pressing when they are saying they do this, they did that, they did this. Yeah, how did this all these artifacts landed in Germany? I think most Edo people know this, that during the era of Obavorame or Venorame Nogbasi, uh, how the Benin Empire was attacked. I will not say captured. We were, we were displaced. Our history is supposed to go down without reviving. But today we understand that uh, we are rising, and we are rising. As we are rising, this is making them to be afraid again, that we will rise to the top again. And this is what we are going to do exactly. We are going to rise to the top and reclaim whatever belongs to us. You know, during the time of Nogbesi, uh, how the British, the German, the French, the Canadians, the Americans, how all of them came together to make a plan to brutalize the Benin people, to burn down the palace of the Oba of Benin, to steal and to take everything that is there, because they did uh, their own investigation that there's a lot of weight in that palace that they can take. You know, and at the initial stage, it was not just about the artifact; it was also how to join the Benin Empire to Nigeria. And this was very difficult for them, because they were looking for how to finance the war they are going to wage against the Benin. And they did that successfully because of the artifact that was being that has been in the palace of the Oba of Benin. You know, and when they did what they did, thousands of our people were killed who would use their life to defend the empire. Our women were raped. And after that, there was a lot of resistance in Benin from our people. They didn't expect. The resistance lasted for more than 2 years. From resistance from our chiefs, from some citizens, from Edo side, from the Eastern side, from the Arc. There are so many people who joined the resistance. They fought with their life. They shed their blood for this uh, for the Benin Empire. I think we are owing them a lot of respect for that, and also for our Oba of that blessed memory of our Oba of Honorame Nogbesi, because he refused to sign any accord with these people. It was after his death that the British were able to where the British were able to join the Benin Empire with Nigeria. And that doesn't give the Nigerian government the full authority over the artifact of the Benin Empire. The artifacts of the Benin Empire belongs to the Benin people. Belongs to the Benin people, and the custodian of the Benin history, the Benin culture, the Benin uh, everything heritage that belongs to the Benin. We have the custodian, which is the Omo N'Oba Nedu Okuapolopolo. So these are what the Germans are not saying. What the Germans are also saying is about the digital museum that that has been financed by the German government, German government in Edo State, with Godwin Norase Obaseki, the governor of Edo State. And these people are now complaining. They are trying to bring the both together, the custodian and the agreement they were having with the government of Edo State. Because I have always warned about this agreement, because nobody will give you such a huge amount of money without expecting something back. And this is exactly what it's doing, because I saw the photographs that was taken from the ground of this digital museum. And these German people are now trying to compare if it was even worth it to give the governor or Edo State one single euro for building such a digital museum. And I believe the German foreign minister is a very, very strong woman, and she has always stand on this position that the artifact doesn't belong to Germany. The artifact belongs to the Benin people. And the representative of the Benin people as of this moment is the Nigerian government, the Nigerian foreign affairs minister and all that, who are taking part in the repatriation of all these artifacts. And this is very, very important. We stay with these people. We stay online. We shouldn't relent on our effort and shouting and reaching out to all these Germans to allow them to understand how important these artifacts are to us. And it's not only the Germans now, because in America, I also read something about a group of people, former slaves and others, that are claiming that the Nigerian, I think what they wrote was, I think 27% of the slaves that was taken to America and elsewhere, they have their DNA origin from Nigeria. And they are trying to put things together to say the Benin Empire was involved in this because they were in Nigeria at that period. But I think this is where they are making the full mistake. During the slave trade, we know the people who were mostly involved in slave trade, like the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Igalas, and all that. They were fully involved in slavery. The Fulanis also. And the Benis were less involved. What we cannot deny is maybe the kingdom, or the area that was under our control. Maybe their chief were doing some sort of business that was unknown to us. That is what we cannot deny. But in our own territory, in our own kingdom, in our own empire, slavery was banned. No Beninese son or daughter go to slavery. It was written. Every Beninese sons and daughters has their fundamental human rights that was given to them by our obas, by our chiefs, who know the value of lives. But these American people now are trying to draw a parallel to that Nigeria should take a stand and do the best, do this and that. Knowing fully that the Benin Empire was joined to Nigeria, was initially not part of Nigeria, and the Beninese were even the first set of people, the set of government at that period to recognize their children out there, to give them their independence, somewhere like Brazil and so many other countries. Benin Empire was the first set of people to recognize Brazil, for example, as an independent state. before even the Europeans did that. You know? But what they don't, these are so many things they are not saying about this artifact to their people. All they are interested in is how much they send, how much they will lose, because these our artifacts are giving Germans, the British, the Australians, the Americans billions upon billions of dollars every year. They earn it from it, because if you go to the British Museum, you will see that African history is there, but hardly you find the British history there, because they don't have. All they have there is everything from Africa, and I can assure you at least 13% are from the Benin Empire. And this is just only in the British Museum, but not those ones that are in private possession, that has been hidden in their parlors, in their city rooms, and all that, in their private museums. Those ones are not even calculated. So I think the Benin's, if we are advised, the Oba of Benin and the Nigerian government should make a proclamation. It should make a proclamation to say anywhere you find all these artifacts is a property of the Benin Empire. Whether you paid money for it, it doesn't pay money for it, it doesn't really matter. Because in Germany, when you buy something that is stolen, you are equal to that offense of stealing. And when you buy something that is robbed from somebody, you are equal to that offense of robbery. So the Germans, they know the law exactly. They know what they did to our people to come to these artifacts. But they will not talk about it, because this had always been the issues. Nobody will talk about it because it's going against their will. It will tarnish their image. When put on code and this and that. And it's not just only the Benin Empire today, because we're having this problem, the inferiority complex of our people. Because we worship these people as God, and they see us as their slave forever. So we have to start standing up against all this mistreatment of our people, disrespecting our people, for not treating our people as human beings. Because when all these artifacts was taken, they were thinking we were gone forever. They were thinking we were gone, we are gone forever. But today we are still here. We are here demanding for what belongs to us. They should be returned. And I'm pleading with all Edo people, all Benin worldwide, to start coming out, to start talking again about this artifact. Because with your help, that period, the Benin arrived in this situation where these artifacts are now being returned home. But if we relent on our efforts, I believe the future is going to be very, very dark for us. So let us continue putting pressure. I'm calling on all well-meaning Benins. If you can write, if you can speak, let us do something. Let us be talking about it. Let us be reaching out to the Germans, to the Austrians, to the British people. Let us allow them to understand how meaningful these artifacts are to us. And that it doesn't belong to them, that it belongs to us. It belongs to our forefathers. These are the works of our forefathers, and this is our history. When I'm talking about history, people don't really understand how this are related to the history. All these artifacts, all these things you are seeing here, are events that took place in our lives. Like when an Oba is being coronated, you see people coming with this to look. It's like you are taking a photograph of all the events that or documenting all the events that was taking place. That is how all these artifacts come about, and they are very, very crucial. Because when I watched a video of the other day about Oba Akenzwa II, late Oba Akenzwa II, I saw something when the Queen Elizabeth visited Nigeria. You know, it's showed an artifact that shows him and Queen Elizabeth, both of them blessed memory, uh, both of them, and he referred to this. This is the day Queen Elizabeth visited the palace, and that is something very precious because we, as children of our forefathers, we go back to all these artifacts to look. That was Oba Eware the first. That was Owodo, and so many of them that are there because our artifact begins even before slavery come to this part of the world. So for the Germans to be saying that those materials are from Germany is completely useless because, and that is why I'm so angry sometimes about our people. We believe everything these people are saying. Did we care to do our own experiment to make sure to say, okay, these are not from Germany, but we just believe what they said because we believe they are truthful people. But these people can lie and they can do everything to let you know that these people, they can do everything. They have been keeping all these artifacts and now they are questioning the custodian, but they forgot where this artifact was taken. It was there for hundreds of years, was kept for hundreds of years before they even came. And nothing happened to those artifacts. Something only happened to those artifacts because they came to Africa to destroy everything that we were having. They didn't just destroy the Benin because the Benin were poor, because the Benin was more advanced than their own country. That was the reason. It's just like when you see what they did in Iraq, what they did in Syria, what they did in Afghanistan, then you will understand that we were very, very lucky at this stage. Because when you go to Iran and Russia, all those areas, Iraq, Syria, then you talk about the Palestinian, then you talk about so many things that was really in South America as a whole. You can see what they are doing there. The Benin Empire was more advanced than their own countries. That is, they did everything possible for them to destroy the Benin Empire, but unsuccessfully because we regenerate. We were seeds. They threw us out. They thought we wouldn't come back. That was the reason those artifacts were shared among themselves. So we are here today, and we are demanding for the full return. No matter where these artifacts are being hidden, they should be brought out and returned to the owner, to the rightful owner, and which are the Benin people, the Edo people, the Esan people. We are all of us are the rightful owner of this artifact, and the custodian who will take over all the custodian of all these artifacts. This is the Oba of Benin. If you ask me today, who should be the custodian of this, Oba of Benin is the first place. Nobody will even recognize any Nigeria president. I don't recognize them as my own president, not even to talk of a governor. So the German foreign minister is doing a good job trying to explain to their people that this artifact doesn't belong to them, and that if they understand the history behind this artifact, they will stop all this nonsense they are writing on their newspaper. But it's a very, very difficult position also for the foreign minister because or what the Bundeskanzler trying to defend what they did, because these people, they are very, very, very stubborn people, and they forge every day one lie and the other to make sure they deform the history of the Benin people, and what they are not trying that this empire was not even was a brutal empire, this and that. But they forgot. They come to our house to destroy all these things, kill all our people, rape our women, did all these things. They forgot. They didn't mention anything about that. How you can see how dangerous these people are. So we must be very, very careful when we are doing things with these people, doing any business with these people, doing any deal with these people, because they are more dangerous as we thought. So I'm still pleading, Benin people, please come out massively. Let us work together so that we can be able to bring all these artifacts back. because this is our history. Even though you are not a Benin person, it should be in your position to stand and fight for Africa as a whole. It's not just only the Benin artifact that is missing. It's almost in the whole of Africa today, as far as to Egypt. How they squander all the artifacts in Egypt and everything. So we should come together, do things together to bring this our forefathers home, because these are our forefathers. Bring them home to do something for our people, that our people can also learn. We have to study all these things. We should, our language, this is also very, very important that we should understand. So thank you, and this is just the information I wanted just to bring to you all today, to allow you to understand what is going on in Germany, going on in Austria, going on in Britain, because the British government is one of the worst government I've ever seen in the world, one of the kingdom I've ever seen in the world when it comes to treating human beings, And I'm very, very sorry to say that our people are so you can brainwash them at any time, because they don't really care. Because in a real black man who understands his history will not fall in victims to all these lies the British are telling us every day. So thank you for joining me, and I appreciate everyone that was with me in this broadcast. And I hope you join me in our next broadcast on Sunday. I believe in the morning, maybe from 9 o'clock, but I can't say the exact time. It depends on the happiness. And yes, like and also subscribe to our page. And yeah, if you have any question, if you have anything you want to contribute to this organization, we are here for you. Go to our Facebook page, that you can send us a message through Messenger, through WhatsApp, and all that. Although there's not a number there any longer because of the security issues, but you can at any time reach out to us. You can comment on this video. From your comment, we can as well reach out to you. So thank you very much for joining us, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.